Hey everybody, it's Brittany, and I am back with another episode of the Starry Arcana. This is a series I started this year in 2025 to showcase the decks that come into my collection this year. So the decks may not have been created in 2025, but they are the ones that I have received in 2025. So yeah. The way that I have been rating the decks is a star system that I kind of just put together myself. It is not perfect, and it is all subjective just to me. So I just want to say that, if something gets like a low star, it does not mean that it not a low star, but like low stars doesn't mean it's a bad deck at all. I just thought this was a fun way to rate the decks. So first up, we look at readability. How does the deck read? Is it really intuitive? Do I get a lot of meanings and symbols and ways to just be able to fire off, thoughts and opinions and things like that? How well does it read? Next, we like to look at inclusivity. How inclusive is the deck? Can I read this deck for anyone? Next, we will talk about versatility. How versatile is the deck? Will I be able to use this in a relationship reading? Will I also be able to use it in a financial reading? Can I use it for a family reading? How versatile is the deck? Then we have shuffleability. This is very, very important to me. Shuffling a deck is how I get into the mindset of a reading. It's how I clear the deck's energy. It is extremely important to my practice. It's how I ground myself when I'm ready to read. So shuffleability is very important. And last is guidebook. Does it come with a guidebook, and how is the guidebook? Is it super useful? How well is it written? So those are the 5 stars we will be giving out to each deck, or maybe not all 5, but I think so far only one deck has gotten 5 stars. So let's see if a deck makes it to 5 stars this time. Also, I want to put in here, because the last time I did this, I gave some decks not like super low or stars, but I've used them more and getting to know them, and I'm able to add stars as I go. So just because like a deck got 2 stars, I have the right to go back and give it an extra star if, I find that it is really versatile to use when I first opened it and looked at it and didn't get that from it. So I am allowed to change the vibes. Just to get that out there. Okay, first up, I'm going to showcase the Southern Gothic Oracle. This was a gift from a wonderful friend of mine. They bought it in the quarter, but I know you can get it online through Etsy, and I will put all of that below for any decks that I show today. So first off, yes, it comes with a guidebook, and I think the guidebook is really nice. I've used this deck a few times before. There are some suggested layouts. They are easy to find the card. I always find that really important when the books, you can just see it has the numbers, so you can easily find a card. You're not having to search and search and search. So that is nice. I always love when we get tarot spreads. Love those. So yes, I think this is a really good guidebook. And I'll pick a card and read out of it so we can see how well it reads. Okay, now shuffleability. Let's see how this deck shuffles. Very nice. I do kind of know that already because this is a deck I got in back in February, and I have used it many, many times so far. So this one, I kind of already know how many stars it's getting because I've used it so much. But for the rest of these, I have not used them. I've used them a little bit, but not often to where I would know it more intimately like I do this deck. Shuffleability is great, so it's definitely getting a star for that. Versatility, yes. How versatile is the deck? I have used it in a lot of different readings, so I think it is very versatile. I do a lot of the same kind of readings for myself, but I do sometimes read for others. I read for my sister with this deck. I pulled a card for my mom with it. So, and they were all just, you know, different questions, and it worked out really, really well. So it is versatile. For inclusivity, there are no people, so it definitely is good for that. However, it is all based in the South. I mean, it is called Southern Gothic, so I just don't know how well someone from up north would bond with this deck as well as someone from the South, because just like blackberries here, you know, there was a house growing up that we lived in that had a blackberry bush by the back door, and me and my siblings would go and pick warm blackberries off the bush and eat them after school, you know, so that brings up a really wonderful memory for me. Yeah, so things like that. When I look at this deck, I do get those kinds of things, those kinds of hits. But for someone that's not in the South, would they feel that kind of connection? So I won't give it that. My grandmother always has violets growing in her yard. They are so beautiful. All right, next we will talk about readability. I don't think we did that one yet. How well does it read? And it reads wonderfully. It has a picture, it has the name of what you're seeing, and two keywords. So it has two keywords. Interesting enough, there was an abandoned plantation here in this parish that I live in, and it burned down a few years ago. I think some kids were playing in there and lit a fire, and yeah, the whole thing burned down. It went up quick too, obviously, because it was, you know, abandoned and rotten and falling apart. But yeah, so I really do connect with this deck, and it has been great. And let me pull a card and read from the guidebook like I said I was going to do. Roots. Influence, support. It'd help if I put it more in the center. So we got number 17. Here we go. In this image, we see a collection of High John the Conqueror roots resting in a seashell dish. High John root, often derived from Ipomea purga, I'm sorry if I butchered that, a plant in the sweet potato family. It has many alleged powers, such as winning court cases, enhancing male virility, or good luck in gambling. The roots are sometimes fed rum or whiskey, blessed with prayers, and placed in a mojo bag to be carried as a talisman. Are you in a situation where you feel hopeless or restrained? According to lore, not law, John, the spirit in the root, is a liberator of the oppressed, working to grant power to the powerless. If you draw this card, perhaps it is a sign that you need help from the divine, or perhaps your own support network to carry you to higher grounds. For some readers, the word root may simply remind you of family roots or traditions. If you're feeling helpless, ask yourself, what wisdom can I carry from my elders to give me the strength I need to succeed? Yep, nice. So this deck will be getting 4 out of 5 stars. We have readability. It reads wonderfully. We have versatility. It is very versatile and can be used in many different kinds of readings. We are not getting an inclusivity because it really, for me, feels like it will relate to people who live in the South. But if you don't, you just might not connect with it. And then shuffleability is a definite. It shuffles great. It's not too big like some oracles can be. And there's just enough cards to make it feel nice. And guidebook. Yes, it is a pretty good little guidebook. So 4 out of 5 for the Southern Gothic Oracle. Up next is the Deleted World Tarot. This deck is so cool and so different. I have been really intrigued. I have only used it like once or twice, but I can tell you I am hooked. This might become one of my favorite decks this year. So, comes with a guidebook, so it's already off to a great start. The guidebook has a lot of information. I don't think there are any tarot spreads though. I don't remember seeing any. Oh, well, yeah, it does. I see one. So, but still, it's really good. It gives you a lot of information, and let's go through the deck. So, most of the major arcana have been renamed. You can tell when there's a major arcana card because of this symbol here. But I mean, it's pretty easy when you're looking at the artwork for the major arcana. Getting into some of the other ones can be a lot more difficult. Isn't that cool? The world deleted, the deleted world. Oh, that's good. It's cool. It's such a neat deck. So we have the pixels, which are wands. So this would be 4 of wands. And all of the minor arcana have a keyword. We got keyword for the upright and keyword for the reverse. So that's freaking awesome. We also got the elemental sign and zodiac, astrological. I mean, there's so much here. So much to work with. And what did I say this was? Pixels, definitely, yeah. Pixels, which are wands. This would be glitches, which are cups. It's another wand. And we got illusions, which are swords. So 7 of swords, escape or surrender. And then where are components? Here we go. Components, which are pentacles. So this would be Ace of Pentacles. And we got offering of material and the hunger. This one, oh, this is such a cool one. I mean, yeah. Oh gosh, I hope I wasn't like that the whole time. My gosh. Look at the errors. I've had this happen once when I was trying to download an anime show. I was freaking out like, ah. called my husband. It was pretty funny. 8 of illusions, which are swords, so restriction. It definitely can be a little bit of a learning curve with this deck, but it is pretty easy, I think. You know, well, that's the sun, of course. The sun. And you got over here the stars. Ooh. These are 10s. They also did rename the court cards. I find the court cards are probably the hardest for me, just because I don't know. Like, okay, looking at this, I do know that this is probably the King of Wands, the commander. So with the king, it's architect. The queen is mystic. The knight is messenger. And the page is scholar. So it is definitely one that you may need to. So let's see, I think that's queen. So this would be what, the Queen of Wands, I believe. But yeah, you definitely have to work with it to get to know it. But I find it is still very, very intuitive. I would say definitely versatile, and it reads wonderfully. So we got readability as well. How about inclusivity? I do think that just about anyone can use this deck. It's really can be considered inclusive, so I would say for sure. And then what is the last one that we have? Why can't I ever remember? Shuffleability. Yes, my favorite one. It shuffles like a dream. I am pretty sure it is a linen finish, so yeah. I don't know if you can see the little indents, but they're there and they feel nice. And it shuffles amazing. Yes, I love it. Pick card. Let's read from the guidebook. Tenacity or adversary. I don't know why I said it that weird, because that is definitely what it is. And these would be wands. So 7 of wands. Find it in the book. 7 of pixels. 7 of pixels card depicts a violin splitting apart amidst caterpillars hatching from cocoons into butterflies, symbolizing the effort and struggle required to build something significant. It reflects the importance of planning and perseverance in achieving long-term goals. Tenacity, effort, perseverance, dedication. In its upright position, the 7 of pixels signifies effort and perseverance. It represents a period of diligent work and careful planning, where consistent effort is required to achieve long-term goals. This card encourages staying focused and committed, emphasizing the rewards that come from sustained dedication. And then when we have it reversed with adversary, challenges, frustration, disillusionment. When inverted, the 7 of pixels highlights abandonment and lack of commitment. It suggests a period of frustration and disillusionment, where efforts may be abandoned prematurely. This card warns against giving up too easily and emphasizes the importance of perseverance and resilience in overcoming obstacles and achieving success. That is great write-up. The book is compact, but it still can pack a punch. Oh, look, here we go. We got the numerology, so it gives you that. Gives you some of the planets. Gives you the zodiac. It also tells you the suits, and had to, obviously you can tell, I've had to use this a good bit when I first started learning the deck. So, yeah, it's great. It is a super interesting and fun deck to work with. I have really loved it. When I first saw the backs, though, I thought these were teeth, but it is not. It's like a inside of like a coliseum. It's neat. So that means that the Deleted World Tarot for me gets 5 stars. Yay! We did it. Second deck that has gotten 5 stars. We got readability. We got versatility. We got inclusivity. And shuffleability. And guidebook. All 5. Good job, Deleted World Tarot. Up next is the Rediscovered Classic Tarot. Oh, this I saw on Kickstarter and immediately backed. I don't usually go for just Rider-Waite-Smith clones, but there's something about this deck. It's an extra card. That's just an extra card. Does not have a great little guidebook. At least it does have a guidebook, but it is not great at all. So I say maybe like a 1/4 of a star. Can I do that? Yes, I can do that because this is my series. I can do whatever the hell I want. So this will be like a tiny little bitty 0.25 star for the guidebook. And let me keep it out though, because I will pull in card and let you see what I mean. The artwork is so beautiful. I love like colored pens, colored pencils look. And as you can see, that is what this is. The absolute beauty in the colors. So for readability, I mean, it's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. It reads like a Rider-Waite-Smith. So it reads wonderfully. Versatility, I mean, very versatile. You can use, people have used just the Rider-Waite-Smith for years and years and years. It is extremely versatile. You can use it for any reading. Inclusivity, I would probably say no. I don't find that the Rider-Waite-Smith, it can be inclusive. There are some that do it, and they do it wonderfully, but this deck does not do it. Then we have a shuffleability. Definitely, it shuffles wonderfully. It's very glossy, and I think that a lot of people don't like gloss, but I love it on certain decks. In this deck, for sure, it needed it. It makes the colors pop. Yep. Wonderful. Beautiful shuffle. Let's read from the guidebook. It's pathetic, but Judgment. Got a major. Upright card signifies change, revival, victory over yourself. It suggests good news, new work, weddings, birth of children. Reverse card means fear, disease, resistance to natural changes in life, repentance. Repentance. Yeah, and that's like literally all you get. It does, at least it comes in some different languages, which is great. But yeah, that's all you really get with that. However, I mean, Rider-Waite-Smith, you know how to read it. The artwork, oh, so beautiful. not means, also, I should say that if anybody ever wants me to do a full-on flip through, just let me know. I will totally do that. Okay, getting the stars out. So we have readability. Yes, Rider-Waite-Smith can definitely be read easily. It's intuitive. It has the symbols we all know and love. There are books and books and books that talk about anything to do with the Rider-Waite-Smith. So readability, yes. Versatility, yes. Extremely versatile. You can use a Rider-Waite-Smith in any type of reading, anytime. It is great. Inclusivity, no, we will not. Then we have shuffleability, for sure. Definitely. Shuffles like a dream. Love it. And then guidebook. We're going to do a goop, goop, little piece. It does have one at least, but yeah. So 3.25 stars for the Rediscovered Classic. I can't wait to use this more. And it's such a fun one. Okay. Up next, we'll have the... It's another Kickstarter. I hope I'm going to say this right. Delian Oracle. Look at that. It is beautiful. It has a guidebook. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good guidebook. It is a Welkin deck. And of course, obviously, it is Greek inspired. Y'all know I absolutely love me a good Greek mythology, a Greek myth. Give them all to me. I'm actually on my second reread of a book series. Well, it's not a series yet. The second one is coming out at the end of October, but it's called Blood of Hercules, and it's a like dark romance book, and it definitely takes the mythology just it does its own thing, but it's so much fun to read. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, it comes with a book, so we have that going for it. Put these to the side. Readability. I think that if you want to go off of just the cards, maybe it doesn't read as intuitively. I mean, it just really depends on, like, okay, you know, what do owls mean for you? Wisdom, Athena, you know, so like I can get hits from it, but I don't know if everybody can. So like this one, I'm not sure who that is, but the way they are sulking, not very happy. This feels like justice. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think I'll give it the readability. I mean, you can get things off of the images. You know, what do foxes mean to you? I'm pretty sure this is Cersei, but I could be wrong. Versatility. I think that this can... not everybody is really big into Greek mythology, so is it really versatile in that sense? Like, could I pull a card for someone who doesn't care about Greek mythology? I probably wouldn't. So maybe it's not too versatile. But personally, for me, it definitely is. I can use this in any type of readings that I use. And maybe even if the other person you're reading for doesn't know Greek mythology, this might be a way to get them into it when you pull a card, and you could talk about the myth of the card, and you know it, and how what that is coming across for you in the reading for them. So yeah, you know what, I will give it versatility. Inclusivity, I don't think I can give it that. I mean, it's Greek inspired, so if you know you are not into Greek mythologies, you will not want to use this deck. And it definitely isn't inclusive with the people. You know, they're all pretty much white, which is weird because it's a Greek deck, but you know. Shuffleability for sure. It shuffles great. I think again, this is, no, maybe not. This is not a linen finish, but it's still really smooth and matte and nice, and it shuffles great. We got 39. Let's see. I don't know. Could just be like Kronos maybe? I don't know. Let's find out. Telephorus, a child god of healing. Telephorus, am I saying that right? Is the son of Asclepius. That is the god of medicine. I know that. The brother of oh my god, guys, please don't judge me. Hygeia, oh my god, goddess of health, always cloaked and often hooded. Telephorus, Telesporus, I think it's Forus, is yoked to Genie Cuculati spirits of Western Europe. As such, Telephorus not only signifies convalescence, especially the recovery from illness in children, but also sometimes doubles as an incarnation of Priapus. Upright, we got recuperation, rejuvenescence, rehabilitation, resurgence, and curative. And then for reversal, degenerating, aging, tomb sense, enervation, old before your time. Man, I really probably made a fool of myself there, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And I didn't mean it as Kronos for being old. It's just, I know Kronos is also time, and you know, you think like father time and where that came from and things like that. So just to try to at least recover some dignity in this. The Delian Oracle. All right. So we got readability. Yes. I think it is great with readings and getting some intuition. What else we have? Versatility. I think I said yes. It is versatile. I would use it for any kinds of readings. Then we have inclusivity, and I said no because you know. Then next, shuffleability, which was actually this color, and this color was versatility. Oh my gosh, I'm everywhere. But yes, it is shuffleable and it is a great job. And in guidebook, honestly, I'd probably give it a half. While it does give you a little bit, I don't think it gives you enough for sure. I don't think it does. And there are no like it would be here. What word am I looking for? Oh my gosh. spreads. Tarot spreads. There are no tarot spreads. I love tarot spreads. So, ooh. Yeah. Half. So 3.5 stars. I think that's pretty fair. Pretty fair. I have not used it too much. It's one of the newer decks I've gotten in, so. Okay. And then last, but certainly not least, we got Seasons of the Witch, the Ostara Oracle. This is the last one that I needed to complete the whole collection. And it's probably one of my favorites. I really, really love this deck. Look at that nice chunky guidebook. We even have full color. We always get keywords, which are also, they don't come on the card, but they do have that little like poem down here. And you get all kinds of information in this. All of these decks are really, really great. And you could probably, if you rate one, you rate them all because they're all super similar. They are super cohesive. Look how beautiful. Oof. That iridescent sheen. Here are the backs. So guidebook, yes. Love the guidebook for sure. You getting a star for that. Readability, very. I'm going to show the cards instead. Not only do you get this beautiful artwork that you can pull out so many symbols in, you also get like robin. So you see like little robin egg right there. I believe that's little robin. Yeah. And then, you get a little poem. Spring into the presence of stillness, for there is much to rejoice in there. So you can just pull a card and you can read that and you don't even really need the guidebook. All of this is just extra. So it is very, very readable. And versatile. Can we give it versatility? I want to say yes, because I feel like if you are not into, the witch's wheel, and if you don't mind that this is, for the time, either some people use it before Ostara, some people use it after. It's just really your preference. So maybe I won't give it a versatility, but then I'm just like, they have all of them. So that is pretty versatile as well. But then again, you'd have to buy them all, and they're like $20 to $30. And there's like, how many of them? 8. So, inclusivity, yes. It does a great job at being inclusive. I think the first one, which was the Samhain, wasn't. And the creators quickly changed that for all the rest of them, which it's really awesome when creators listen to feedback and fix it. And yeah, and they did. So that is wonderful. Shuffleability. I think it shuffles pretty well. It's a bit stiff. But in time, I think I can break it in. Yeah, it just takes a little more work, so. But I'll give it to it. All right, let's pull one, and grasshopper. This one's so cool. Okay. 18. Yep, look at that. It has spreads. Awesome. Grasshopper, keywords, quantum leaps, good luck, soul song. The whispers of your desires are guiding you to trust the unfolding of your story. Grasshoppers are a nearly universal symbol of good luck when they appear, and the same is true when this card hops into your spreads. Its presence is almost guaranteed sign of success regardless of your question. But there is still work to be done. Grasshopper encourages you to make a leap and act on your plans without delay. What is your heart telling you to do at this moment? Listen carefully, and you will hear your soul song gently singing the instructions for your next steps. You can trust in what you're feeling and should act accordingly. You okay? Oh, you left already? Okay. The shadow side of this card is discounting the guidance provided by your spirit before making a leap. You can expect things to move along quickly when this card appears. But if you leap without a sense of direction, or if you move ahead with a choice that is not in alignment with your soul song, you may face unnecessary detours and dangers that could easily be avoided. You will still be on the path toward success. It will just take a little longer than it needs to. Building in abundance, spiritual working. This recipe has been my go-to and has worked amazingly in combination with actionable steps to call in when I desire. Cut a hole in one red apple, scoop out the flesh. Mix together a bay leaf, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of dried basil, 1 clove, 1 star anise, and 1 tablespoon of honey or olive oil. If possible, grind them in a mortar and pestle. Write down your intention on a small piece of paper. I write, money flows easily and effortlessly into my life. Place the paper inside the apple, spoon some of the mixture on top of the paper, place the filled apple on your altar. Dress a green candle with the remaining mixture, then light it while speaking your intention. Dispose of the apple once it begins to rot, as you don't want that energy on your altar. So yeah, that's pretty great. Not everyone comes with something like to do like that, but a few of them do, and it is always fun. So definitely great for the guidebook. Okay, let me put it back, and we'll do the final stars. This is the last deck, so we got readability. Yes, it is a great reader. Versatility. Oh, I can't give it versatility. I'm sorry. If you own all of them, for sure, but I mean, that is a big investment. So yeah, I think I'll have to sit that out. Inclusivity, yes. Seasons of the Witch, Ostara, I would say is inclusive and is great to read for anyone. Shuffleability, for sure, yes. A little stiff, but it is still manageable for me. And then guidebook, yes. So 4 stars. Yay. Okay, that is all of the decks that I've gotten in since the last time I had this. Okay, yep. From the last time that I did a video is what I meant to say. Oh, look at that. And that is the Starry Arcana. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? I'd love to know. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.